All right, so the number of people only making the minimum payment on their credit cards is the highest it's been since 2012. So to talk about how we can break this pattern is financial coach, author, and my good friend, Miss Charlotte Stallings. We always love to see you here, Miss Charlotte. Good to see you.
And good to see you, Delon. Thank you. Thank you.
So making this minimum payment, how does this really affect us?
So the impact, I like to say, is kind of a threefold approach. What happens is it ends up ultimately taking us longer to reduce those balances, Delon, when we're just paying the minimum. Because think about it, that payment is comprised of the credit card company getting their interest first, fees and such, and then the payment goes to the principal. So it could take a long time to reduce those balances. Here's kind of the number two thing when you think about the impact. It increases what we call our utilization rate. Ideally, we only want to be utilizing about 30% of our amount that we have available to charge on that card or so. But when you're paying the minimum, you're using more of that. And then lastly, we end up ultimately paying more in interest over time. So those are some of the ways that just paying the minimum can impact us.
So if people are trying to pay more than the minimum, they're struggling to do this, what should they be doing?
Well, at least keep paying the minimum is the first bit of advice I'd give. At least keep that up. Why? Because it shows that you're making payments, pay them on time, and you're at least meeting the minimum. But if you're struggling, I say, see if there's a way to see if you can pay a bit more. If you have to cut back on fingernails or hair, lashes, or whatever it is, your coffee, going to get to the barber extra time, see if you can pay a little bit more. And then here's another one. Just minimize those new charges. Don't continue to charge, because that's only going to continue the struggle.
Any other strategies, maybe tips that you have for people who are trying to get out of this constant credit card debt cycle?
Yeah, so first off, it's about our mindset. It's still at the beginning of the year, and we can make some shifts. So decide what's important to you. Do you want to continue in this cycle, or do you want to do something different? And we can all go forward. Maybe a balance transfer is something you could do. Look for a card with 0% interest for a while. Get some things transferred there. I say call your creditors as well. Have a talk with them. Explain what's going on. Ask for any guidance, support that they may offer. They may be able to change a payment date, reduce something. And then lastly, maybe even getting credit counseling. That might be an option to help you break this cycle of just paying the minimum each month.
And if people want more tips, Charlotte, I know you have a conference, a seminar coming up, right, where you'll talk about some more financial tips and how people can really fix their life. I saw you posted on your Instagram.
Look at you. Delon, thank you. I am. It's this Saturday, February 1st. It's the Wealth Building Summit. I have 7 experts, one of which is Cassie Simmons. She's an expert in credit and credit repair. They're going to be giving like TED Talks, like actionable tactics, strategies, approaches, things that we can do as soon as we leave the conference. Yeah, charlottestallings.com. Hit me on IG. You can learn more about it. It's going to be amazing. Thank you, Delon.
You're welcome. I see you post a lot about your conference, and I'm sure people want to know about that and how they can really fix their life and get their finances straight going into this new year.
Absolutely. That's what I'm here for. I'm committed to that, passionate about it. And February 1st is Saturday, 9:30 to 12, 9 a.m. to 12:30. We'll be there making it happen. Thank you.
All right. They can check your website for more information. Always good to see you, Charlotte. We appreciate you.
And I appreciate you. Have a good one.
All right. You too.